us faith that then increases our desire? If yes, what determines the reception of the gift of faith? Is it desire?
Well, the question sort of indicates a misunderstanding. Remember that desire is your current faith. Mm-hmm. And the answer to the question, can God gift you faith? No, he can't.
I think...
Can I explain why?
Yes.
The reason why is that faith is the thing that's on the part of the human. The human must develop it. And if you examine the Paget messages, it says that quite clearly, actually. The message from Solomon, if you think about it, it says that what is the greatest thing from God's perspective? The love. What's the greatest thing from the human's perspective? Faith. And so faith is actually the greatest desire, or faith is the greatest thing that you can exercise in anything. And so the reason why, of course, is because it's the thing that causes you to change and transform. So your next question then comes into play. So I'd like to answer your next question.
Does the reception of God's love always enable new desires because you're now more in harmony with God's principles and therefore your will has changed? And is that why the reception of God's love is the most rapid way of change?
Yes, so now we get to see the operation of the love. If we receive God's love, it enables greater faith. But it doesn't guarantee greater faith, because faith still has to exist within the soul, come from the soul. If you say faith is your current desire, is your current level of faith, can you see that it has to come from within your soul and be exercised? But when you receive God's love, you enter a new expanded condition. This new expanded condition allows you to see new potentials. Once you see new potentials, there's a higher likelihood that you're going to have faith about those new potentials. Desires, in other words, develop within you about those new potentials that you didn't have before. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So the reception of God's love obviously does affect your faith. And in fact, affects your faith to the greatest degree. Because God's love being the highest quality of God that you can accept and coming into the soul, and the faith is the highest quality you can develop from within yourself. Now we have your highest quality pulling in God's highest quality, transforming you to a new condition. This new condition makes you aware of new things. Once you're aware of new things, you start asking why about those things, which then causes new faith to develop on new things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It also causes another thing, and that is your faith now turns on the things that you had faith in before, now turns into reality. So do you know what I mean by that? So your faith, your desire gets transformed into reality. You could say it now gets transformed from desire into what is your current state. Yeah. So what happens there is, let's say, for example, and just give you a few basic examples there, even without involving God's love. Let's say you desired to know about how you could transform matter, right? And once you learnt how to do it, so the desire is faith. You have faith that it's possible. Yep. Then you'd have to learn how to do it. Now, that's going to be driven by your desire. You won't learn unless you have a desire. No. But once you have a desire and you start learning, you might actually finish up doing it. Mm-hmm. Once you do it, your faith is no longer required on that issue, is it?
It's an experience.
Because now it's a permanent experience that's a part of your nature and you know how to do it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have faith in some future condition.
It's part of the will.
It's now part of your actual state. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.